Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Ever since this dispensation, this second tenure of the presidency, I'm talking about President Muhammadu Buhari's tenure began, it has been one issue or the other. And the fact that Nigerians are beginning to clamor for him to either resign or for him to look into the issue of service chiefs. Don't forget that same Nigerians and also the Senate, that the legislative arm of the government, has demanded, since the security issues have become heightened and there seems to be no solution in sight, they demanded that the service chiefs be sacked and another set be put to see if we can even improve our security challenges we're having right now. Of course, the presidency responded by saying, I'm talking about C0up, saying that it is the prerogative right of the president to either sack or leave, that since the president have no issues with this present crop of chief service chief, then he will keep them. But you know what, let's be sincere to ourselves. If we measure excellence by results. So if the results are not forthcoming, that means they're not performing, and it's one of the tenets of democracy is for us to demand the right that we need, which is right to life and right to property, safe life, safe property and life. But you know, right now there's ultimate tension in the air, and even Burutai has started talking to the generals. You need to find out what it is they're saying that is bringing so much fear in the land. But before we do so, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Yusuf Burutai, has warned generals against the coup, vowing that the Nigerian army will never tolerate any agent of destabilization bent on scuttling the current democratic dispensation. Burutai, who spoke yesterday while the Nigerian army decorated 39 newly promoted major generals, said he was aware that some generals were being approached and his eyes are on them. Democracy has come to stay. We will not tolerate any agent of destabilization. The years of military misadventure in politics have never carried us anywhere. It is over, he said, disclosing that the army hierarchy was aware of some interests making efforts to interact with certain personnel. General Burutai expressed confidence in the discipline and loyalty of the newly decorated officers. He charged the new generals, do not hobnob with politicians. At this rank of 2-star generals, do not lobby for appointment. If you want to lobby for appointment, lobby the Chief of Army Staff. You can only do this through hard work, discipline, and loyalty. The crop of officers, that's 39 major generals, decorated yesterday, will never be dragged into any interest that is contrary to the sustenance of democracy in our nation. All our eyes are on you. We know there are several moves to get your attention. You must make sure that whatever you are doing, and when some persons approach you, you must act within the confines of the Constitution. On the security challenges plaguing this nation, for which the polity has been awash with calls on President Muhammadu Buhari to sack the service chiefs, General Burutai said, "I am glad that we held the spiritual warfare seminar on Wednesday, and most of the decorated generals today are graduates of the spiritual warfare seminar. I must say that the spiritual warfare seminar we had last time helped us during the last #EndSARS protest, to the extent that there was no single corpse, but some persons were seeing double at Heightened gate in Lagos State." He said some people are seeing double when it comes to the issue of Heightened gate. Now you have now seen that they have decorated 39 major generals. So he's now looking at it that with people inciting, with people shouting, president should sack the service chief. He's one of them. And some people are saying sack service chief or resign. It's already trending on social media. The president should resign or he should sack his service chiefs. He also knows, he also understands that some persons may be eyeing that, okay, if you can perform this coup, okay, if you can make this coup happen, you will now be the head, juicy things here and there. He's aware, technically speaking, that some politicians, some well-known or some able politicians, who are the corridor of power may want to say, look, you can topple this government, let this be happen, let this happen, this you can gain. And it's now warning them ahead of time. Don't do it. Sustain democracy. Some Nigerians are already saying, let the people see, let's tell ourselves the truth. Let's leave sentiment aside. Don't pray for military coup. Nobody should pray for military coup. You still have democracy, you can talk freely. Nobody will tell you do frog jump. That's because you're in democracy. Never pray for military era. I have tasted it. It's not fun. We are the khaki guys who are supposed to be in barracks. We have the power, they have the sword, they have the shield, they have everything. They're the one that will flog, they'll be the judge, they'll be the jury. All power in one particular sector, which is the army. You will not enjoy it though. This one where I say, yes, you will say this is not democracy. It's still better than military. Oh. I say this from experience. So I know that some persons are saying, let's stop this government, let's use military. If you use the military to plant a coup, don't forget the reason why Burutai is saying this, or probably are perceiving. Don't forget that this is not the first time President Muhammadu Buhari is ruling. He was once the president in the military era. And there was a coup that removed him from seat while he was not in the country. The coup, was perfected. I guess that's why when he came in as the democratic president, he wanted those he called loyalists. So no matter how they plan the coup or they want to plan the coup in the military, these guys will watch his back. No wonder when they asked for sack of service chiefs, whether they're competent or not, they got his back. Okay, if whether he's performing or not, these guys will not allow coup, all right, to happen in their watch, under their watch. So that's why you see whether they are performing or there's no result to show that they are service chiefs or not, he still keeps them. So to speak, you can understand why Shehu Gaba is saying that the president does not have any issues with them. They are okay, so he can't sack them. So, but the challenge is if he changes these service chiefs to those who he doesn't trust or those who are not loyal to him, are we sure, or how is he sure that they will not plan the same coup that they did against him, I think in 1983 or thereabout, 82 or 83 thereabout. Now, the challenge is, once beaten, twice shy. That has happened to him before, so he's guarding against repetitions. But the way it is now, don't also forget that if a coup is being done, that said, we're looking at the benefits and the adverse effect of a military coup in a democratic setting and a country as big, largely populated as Nigeria. Now, don't forget that if a coup is being done, even Major General Burutai may not also enjoy his seat. They would probably remove totally. Look at what happened to Mali. Mali, that was a military coup that took place in Mali. They removed a sitting president, a democratically elected president, and probably because of things like this insecurity also that was so high that they had to bring in young guys did this. Okay, the military right now is really, yes, they have given their permission that at some particular time, all right, in the year, not this year, I think 3 years or there, but they would hand over, that they want to ensure that all things are stabilized. That automatically means that right now, military is in full control in Mali. I do not know how Malians are enjoying their military era now, military regime now, but at least they're out of the call for the sack of their president. But Mali's population is not as big as Nigeria, so I do not know. Let's look at things judgmentically. Let's look at it analytically before we say it's better than this. Let's look at the effects too of a military coup in a country that have enjoyed democracy for a long while. And I also believe that some top-ranking politicians wouldn't want coup to take place, because those of them who have been eyeing 2023, they will not smell it. If military coup takes place, the military wants the person, if coup ever takes place, it's difficult for the military to hand over power except the UN, international organizations coming to wage in. If not, it's always very difficult. And the sanctions is always very plenty. But as it is right now, Burutai is already warning that his eyes are on them, even though he's telling them, don't even dream it. That politicians will come now, so you cannot such this. Don't. In this one, I also stand with Major General Burutai. There should not be military coup, please. We don't want it. We will sort ourselves out one way or the other, but not through military way. But that's where we're going to wrap it up. I stand with Major General Burutai on this. There shouldn't be military coup. We are evolving. We'll get there. one way or the other, but not through military coup. Of course, you may have a contrary opinion. What do you think? Do you stand with Major General Burutai on this issue of military coup? Or do you think, let the coup take place, let's remove incompetence or whatever it is that is bedeviling this country, and let's see how we can move forward? Subsequently, we'll come out.